Okay. 3, 2, 1. Sim sim salabim.
Oh, speaking of which, I named my dick Haji.
First time.
I just want y'all to know that. That's something I just did.
Too much personal info. Welcome to the PSH podcast. Jolly's currently laughing, so
that's a great way. That's your pre-seed. Your pre-seed and your intro, and bam.
Welcome to the PSH podcast, a podcast where we don't give a fuck what we say when we open this podcast. I'm your homie Jolly Dangerous. You can call me Jolly D or just plain old Jolly. We got Denanu.
what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Denanu, aka the man with black privilege.
Razzo.
Yo, you already know it's your boy Razzo.
And obviously his penis Haji.
Yes.
So, that's one of those moments where, I don't want to ask questions, but I kind of want to know the origin story to, how that...
Because you never know when he's gonna blow.
Well, a lady accidentally shoots herself in the head when we try to take a selfie.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. She was taking a selfie, and I think she tried to press the camera button, but had a miscommunication in her brain and pulled the trigger instead.
So it was one of these,
People have those moments where, you try to do something with your left hand, but your right hand do it.
Yeah.
But it this time it was a fatal decision. And instead of pressing, she said, "Bam!"
Yeah, because basically what happened was there was a security guard and he had his gun laying around or whatever. I don't know if he was there or not. She seen the gun, picked it up, was trying to take a picture of it, accidentally pulled the trigger on the gun. The bullet missed her head, hit the wall, and the ricochet came back, and that's what hit her in the head.
Get out of here, dog. What?
I'm so sorry.
That makes it even dumber, dog.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man, look,
Yeah.
that. I don't understand how they gonna do the funeral arrangements and not laugh. That's one big question in my head. Poor fucking Sally died trying to take a selfie, shot herself. Funeral's over. Fuck it, let's go home.
I'm still messed up that it missed her and then it came back and hit her. That's like one of those things.
He works in mysterious ways moments.
You know, you want to hear a joke? You know what I mean? Pow. Oh, that was close. Pow. It's stupid.
It's something you see in a cartoon.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder if that gun was made by Acme. I just don't get how a spark shot out of a Wii. It's not as advanced as a PS4 or an Xbox One. So how does a spark shoot out of this one?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at something right now in the picture. If you look at the picture right now, I think that's a Wii right there, right? That's the burnt marshmallow. Yeah, the burnt marshmallow.
Yeah, the Wii. Yeah,
that's the Wii. If you look right next to it, does that not look like an Xbox One to you?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, the guy
is.
must have left, went to GameStop, bought an Xbox One, and then came back to his house being burnt up.
Either that or this is a ploy by Microsoft. They're like, hey, we're gonna fuck with Nintendo because they going broke anyway. Might as well put the nail in the coffin on these motherfuckers. Burn a Wii, put it in a house, put the Xbox in the background, fucking low key.
I think we just stumbled upon a conspiracy here, man.
Could be.
Well, do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear the lightning and
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I thought it was just me.
Now you know my pain.
Bionic lens, which could improve your eye vision 3 times better than 20/20.
What?
Yes.
So I could be able to just fucking barefaced binoculars?
Yeah. Well, 30 feet away.
Now you know what Superman goes through on a daily basis.
Duh! I couldn't beat him with his vision. I would accidentally burn holes through people by accident.
Now you be looking over damn, she got a fat ass, and there you go. And now it's gone.
Damn, the pervert game is gonna be here, son.
Yep.
You know, you
hot.
don't need telescopes anymore to be looking through people's windows.
My question is, when are we gonna get something like this, but with a HUD vision of computerized data and stuff like Google Glass and all that stuff to be in our vision? That's what I want.
I don't know if I want that, because then you'll have that whole Ghost in the Shell thing where the faceless smiley man is like
laughing
hacking
man.
into your just hacking into your system. Can you imagine like while you're driving and shit, just oh shit, gotta update patch number 26.
Well, that's the thing. You gotta remember, this is the future. That's just gonna come wirelessly and seamlessly, automatic. It's gonna be like breathing. You're never gonna know it's gonna be updated.
Yeah, until you sleeping in the back of your head sparks and you burn your house down like Homeboy in the Wii.
As long as you don't get your Cyber Brain made by Nintendo,
I think you do. It's either as long as you get it made by
give me
Nintendo.
PlayStation 9 with the cybernetic enhancements that let me play Sony games. Give me the Sony version.
Boom.
Damn. Yeah, a game like this, I wouldn't care because I'm waiting on the next one. You know, I want to play the next one. Lordcraft,
White
that last
Privilege Part
Lordcraft.
4.
Hey, I'll shoot every
shit.
motherfucker in there to get you that treasure. I don't give a damn.
God damn.
But when it comes to real life, I'll stand up like, hey, you know, that shipwreck, that ain't yours. You can't just go up in that motherfucker. It says the St. Augustine Marian shit. You know that don't belong to America. Get that shit back. You know, just because it's gold and it don't mean it's yours.
True.
Like,
We're just liberating the gold. That's all we're doing.
Nah. You need to return that shit to
It's
to
being
the rightful
oppressed,
owner.
and we got to go in there with our troops and liberate that gold, so that
Just like that oil, man. Gotta go get that oil.
Go sell some medicine, bitches. Trying to get that all. Oh,
Fucking Dave Chappelle.
That shit was hilarious.
We try to get that all.
Don't eat that yellow cake. Anyway.
Don't drop that shit. Don't drop that shit.
look, see, you believe this shit now? Don't drop that shit. You know I know what to do with it. Well, I got it wrapped up in this special CIA napkin.
Don't drop that shit. Yeah.
You know, don't drop this shit.
Pray to God you don't drop that shit.
Yellow cake.
Fucking right.
It's yellow cake uranium, nigga. You only just a piece of yellow cake.
And this is about a Facebook mom who publicly shamed her 13-year-old daughter for posing in a bra on Facebook.
yeah, but that was pretty good though. I mean, it's like I was telling you earlier, Jolly. It's another way of disciplining your kid, and without actually putting your hands on them and giving them an ass whooping, because some parents do take that a little bit too far, especially for this kind of sort of thing. Like you catch your daughter twerking or whatever, I'm gonna whoop her ass. That's not fixing the problem. You know, what's really, what you got to do is get them to understand self-worth. Yeah, it's just going to be something that people get made up of. But like my younger brother, he's the kind of person who, never the guy to get into fights, but he's always the guy next to the guy getting into fights, always running his mouth and being a jokester in class, right? So my dad, being the man who he is, mind you, he's like, well, back then he was younger, but let's say he grew up in like the 40s and 50s and shit. So he's like 60 something years old now. You know, just to give you guys my dad an age. My dad, what he used to do, he would always give every one of our teachers his direct pager number. So whenever we fucked up, there was no, oh yeah, get sent to the office. No, it was call me. I'll fix that problem. So my younger brother, being the mouth that he is in class, he was running his mouth, you know, being a douche in class. Teacher called my dad up. My dad always working, never home, right? Called him. He came off his job, came down to his school. Now, mind you, the school he went to was like this. It's Lake Clifton High School. It's a ghetto ass school in Baltimore City. And my dad, he always has this thing. I can't really explain it. It's more so of the fight or flight mechanism. You know how like animals can sense a predator nearby? That's what we had with my dad. I kid you not. It was like a sixth sense where it's just like, my dad is watching. And then we turn and look and he's right there because, it's like you can feel him, right?
It's like Pootie Tang, that Pootie Tang movie. Oh, we're trying to reach for the apple.
Now, when I say he was always there, I mean he was always there.
Hey, Pootie, let's steal some apples.
So my brother was acting a fool in class, right? And you know how like school doors had like the little mesh window in the middle of it? My dad walked up there, looked through the window, watched my brother, because my dad used to always watch. he didn't just go in there, started whipping ass. He would be the kind of person to sit there, get there like 10 minutes early, watch you for 10 minutes, watching you fuck up, and then come at you. That way we can't lie about, well, we wasn't doing that. No, he already saw you. But he came in there, watched through the window for 5 minutes. My brother felt them, knew he fucked up. Felt them, looked in the window, seen him, and was like, oh, shit. Anyway, what basically happened, my dad went in there, yanked his little ass up by the scruff of his neck, drug his ass to the bathroom, and whooped his ass. Him screaming and hollering all down the halls. The teachers thought he was in there killing him. Brought him back to the classroom, sat down, and like threw him back down at his desk and was like, and everybody was laughing and shit. Oh, you got your ass with whatever. My dad told the whole class, it was like, shut the fuck up before I give y'all some of this. And they all shut the fuck up.
Oh God!
Teacher ends up calling my dad later, back later, and was like, "Yo," I was like, "Oh, thank you for coming in there. Oh, I've never had the class act so behaved after that."
But put the fear of God in me, dude.
So that's what I'm saying. It was like, yeah, you're gonna get made fun of, but it's like one of those things where like it's gonna pass. Everybody has those moments in their life where they get made fun of, shit happens, and you just move on. Yeah, you hate it at the time, but it'll progress.
Yeah.
People will forget, and then move on to the next person or the next thing or whatever, and then she'll be fine. She'll be better off for it.
And the only time it's ever going to come up, and it's like your friends who have known you for that long gonna bring up, hey, you remember that time homeboy got his ass whooped like 8 years ago? You remember that shit? His dad came to the classroom and was whooped all of our asses. That shit was great.
Talking shit, man. Don't make me call your daddy. I got his pager number.
God, it's hilarious.
She goes on to say a few other things. Says that, she doesn't get any help from her deadbeat dad. And, she's ranking on the dad and telling the kids to rank on the dad, too.
That's a little bit too much, because that didn't even have to go in there.
Yeah, that didn't,
And if you look at other photos, like from the mom and everything like that, she's, like, doing kissy face selfies and shit at the camera and everything. At this point, like, I'm looking like, yeah, it could have taught the daughter a lesson, but at the same time, at 13, you're kind of looking up to people and you're following a pattern from what you see. So if the mom is doing this, then it stands to reason that the daughter can be doing it too.
No idea.
Like if the daughter had gotten it from the mom, then like that means it, like the mom is more so responsive with her stuff. Like, of course, a lot of girls in their adulthood is gonna send their picture to their guy, all right? But that's just how it goes. They're not gonna post that shit on the internet half the time. It's gonna be to their guy. And maybe the little girl caught the mom sending something to her guy, and was like, "Oh, hey, I could post something like this on Facebook." But like, even if it was a situation like that, it's like, hey, if you're gonna do something like this, like, first of all, you're too fucking young. And even when you are old enough to do this, you need to learn how to keep your shit low key, because you don't get fucked up.
I had this friend, and she had these two little boys. I'm not saying any names. She had two boys. I forgot their ages, but they're like, 9 and 11 at this time. It was like years ago. She didn't have the guy who she had them by. They weren't together or whatever. I don't know what happened to him. I forgot. There was a new guy that was in her life, and it's always Uncle something that comes over, So the guy that she was messing with at this point, I think they're still together now. But the boys would always see them doing stuff like hugged up on each other or kissing each other on the neck or some shit like that, and they would mimic it.
Yeah,
like they would literally be mimicking it in front of them, and she would laugh and say, you need to stop that or whatever. But she wouldn't keep their door closed when they're doing stuff.
That's a problem.
So the boys would go and mimic that stuff. Like at one point, I went over there. I see one boy on top of the other boy, while they're like laying down, and one of the boys is kissing him on his neck. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get off of him. You know what I mean? Like this, and she comes out like kind of laughing or whatever. Like, that shit ain't funny. They're seeing what you're doing, and they're looking up to you. Like, you can scream at them and beat them for doing this all you want, but until you stop allowing them to see this kind of stuff, they won't stop mimicking you because they look up to you.
Yeah.
You're their mother. So whatever they see you do, they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
So in this case, I'm looking at this and it's like, well, she's doing selfies, showing this shit. And yeah, you're right. The daughter could have caught wind of something that was sent to somebody else. Because, phones, they get handled. And if you don't lock that shit up, they get in there and they see this stuff. Well, mom's is doing it. It must be fun. She's doing it. I can do it too.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but at the same time, I don't think that's what this situation came down to. Because I think more so, if it was a situation like that, I don't think the mom would have made this public like that.
Yeah,
because
the mom wouldn't have blew up about it as much. She wouldn't have cared about it all that much.
Yeah, I think the mom doesn't really involve herself in that kind of thing, and that's why she made this video like this. Because if I don't think this is the type of mother would be like that hypocritical. Well, yeah, I posted, but
some people are hypocritical. They just won't tell you that. You never know what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So she that's like what I was saying earlier. Like do as I say, not as I do type thing.
Yeah. But I don't
think it's like that. I think it's just more she was just trying to impress upon the daughter, because I'm sure mom probably did some dirty stuff too. I mean, it's like, come on, let's be real. But I just think she's just trying to impress to the daughter. I mean, everything has a time and place.
Yeah.
And especially nowadays, putting yourself out there on the internet like that can be, if you don't have the responsibility or the intelligence to do it right, it can fuck you up long term.
It's just common sense. Some people who have kids shouldn't have kids. They don't even know what the fuck to do.
They should not. Yeah, they should not have kids.
Yeah.
You need to. They should make like a test, and we're like, you have to be this smart in order to have kids.
You gotta have a certain level of common sense to have kids.
Man, can you imagine? Like, what did you major in? Common sense. You're hired. Anyway, let us know what you guys think about these topics down below. Start a conversation. If you have any other suggestions of what you would like us to cover, let us know. We're still gonna cover the same stuff we've been covering, but it always helps to have a little bit of, extra information to go over. Not other good stuff. But yeah, this has been podcast number 10. I'm your homie Jolly Dangerous.
Peace out, people.
Razo and Haji. Sim Salabim. We out.
Yeah, we out. That's wow.